Not Kenzie to unfollow Melanie before the reunion. Oh, we might get some drama. All right then.
Well, with the Love Island USA reunion recorded over the weekend, it does seem we are in store for some Kenzie and Melanie drama. After Kenzie unfollowed Melanie on social media, now I don't think Melanie ever followed Kenzie because I don't think Melanie ever thought Kenzie was a real friend, and thus this is Kenzie's retaliation. But there's been other things that Kenzie has been doing these past few days leading up to the reunion that there is clearly, to show that there is clearly beef between her and Melanie. Liking videos that were definitely not just anti-Melanie, but kind of seeming pretty anti the core four. I do feel like at this reunion, when it finally airs in 3 weeks, we will see people trying to team up against the core four in some sort of way, which is a huge sign of jealousy. But let's listen to one of these main videos that Kenzie liked that was defending her as being like one of the only people in the villa that didn't put up with shit, allegedly.
Only woman in that villa who has not allowed a man to play in her face more than once. And
now, I will say this. Kenzie has been very good. That was the one thing about Kenzie. She was good from moving on from relationships, situationships, whatever the fuck they are on Love Island. Moving on from those pretty quickly when it came a guy trying to play in her face or something. But this video is not just about that. It goes on to insult, or at least try to insult, the core four.
I hate to say it because I love all of the girls, but Melanie has allowed Sincere to lie to her face and manipulate her over and over again. She's practically been crying over him every other day since the beginning of summer, and yet she keeps going back to him happy as a clam and reassuring him that her mom will still like him. Kata has been disrespected by Zach in big and small ways all throughout the season, and not once has she ever considered walking away from him. Anaya, who I had been breathlessly defending, was still ready to give KC another chance, even when she saw how disrespectful he was in Casa Amor during the heart rate challenge and on the postcard. She was ready to send sweet Carl home to stay with KC even after all of the nasty things he said about her.
Now you will see in this video that Trinity was not mentioned as someone to make an example of in this video, because you can't, because Trinity never did put up with shit in that house, or she really never had to put up with shit in that house thanks to Bryce being the most mature guy there. And before some dummy with the IQ of a potato comes into the comments trying to say, well, that one time when Bryce talked to Kata, well, actually Trinity said she don't fuck with that when Bryce went to her first, respectfully, to tell her that he was going to pull Kata for a chat. Trinity did not really actually put up with that.
Kenzie sat and watched the same live stream that all of the other women in the villa did, and Kenzie was the only one who allowed the men's disrespectful behavior to inform her decision on who she was going to be with.
But let's not act like the relationship or whatever it was between Corbin and Kenzie was like not shallow. All they had was a sexual connection. All Kenzie was doing was trying to get Corbin to give her french fries and hopefully one day go beyond with her. That's all Kenzie wanted out of Corbin. So to me, Kenzie moving on from Corbin is not like this big deal, like they had this deep relationship that she just wasn't going to put up with. I don't think you can compare it to some of the other relationships like the Melanie and the Sinceres and the Casey and Anaya, because I do think Melanie and Anaya were trying to make those relations deeper than anything Kenzie and Corbin ever actually had. Now, I think this video from Mari, or it's basically Mari, I can't pronounce her last name on TikTok, did a very good job of depicting why Kenzie and Melanie's friendship actually fell out in the first place. It wasn't Melanie's fault.
What? You don't like blondes? Well, what's your preference? I've never heard that before. It's so weird. I'm the only blonde girl here. Oh my god, Jen, finally there's another blonde girl here.
Yeah, when Jen came into the villa, you saw Kenzie switch up and make Jen her bestie, another blonde in the villa, just going away from some of the original girls in the house to try and make Jen her bestie. But there was more people that came in than Jen, like Sol, that Kenzie also decided to have a friendship with, when really I think Kenzie was trying to stick it to Melanie, because Melanie and Corbin had a little vibe going on at that same time during the season.
Melanie doesn't even deserve Sincere. She doesn't even know what she wants. She has us all in a pickle because she doesn't know what she wants. Yes, so you and Sincere, you guys make a cute couple, and you know what? I want to be your friend. I want to be here for you. But you cannot be part of this conversation that I'm having with Jen because I don't quite know what you are just yet.
And this is a good example, because if somehow Kenzie and Sol teamed up at the reunion to try and talk shit together, they're both going to look like losers, because Sol's whole victimhood is that nobody accepted her and she watched the show back to see that. But really what we saw in the episodes was that Kenzie was having this fake friendship with her, but really she would wait until Sol would leave so that she can talk to Jen, because she actually didn't trust Sol.
Oh my God, Corbin, you be tripping. If you don't be kissing me right now and stop respecting Melanie, we done. Okay? Done.
That's exactly what Kenzie was telling to Corbin during their little hiding their kisses, which is something Kenzie wanted to hide, not Corbin, for the record, yet once again.
Jen, you're like my best friend here. And I'm so happy with Dylan. He's such a nice guy, but I kind of want to try your man. Just because.
And yes, lastly, to show just how much of a fraud of a friend Kenzie is at the end of the season, she's even going on Jen's man at the time, showing her true colors until the bitter end. And the joke of it all is it's not just Kenzie that started liking things like this. It was her alleged boyfriend, Dylan, now too, liking things about how... Let's just listen to this video first.
The drama between the Cooler Four and Kenzie continues because now Dylan is also getting involved. I mean, just look at what these two liked. Let's start off with Dylan. Someone left a comment on his recent TikTok. It reads, Dylan, you need to make yourself useful at the reunion and defend Kenzie from those bullies. Don't let anyone come for her. You're the only one in her corner. And he liked it.
If the victimhood is supposed to be that some of the girls did not stick up for Kenzie when Kenzie was moving weird in the villa, and now they're supposed to be bullies, and now Dylan's liking things like he's the one that needs to defend her. When we saw the entire last week of the season, the whole drama was Dylan was the one dragging Kenzie through the mud about the way she moved in the game. So it's a joke for Dylan to be the one liking comments like this, like he's going to be the one to defend Kenzie, when during it happening in the actual villa, he was the one talking the most shit about her. So everyone using this for drama at the reunion is going to look like idiots if this is how it's going to come across. There's going to be so much hypocrisy. And I, for one, can't wait to call it out. The fact that this is how Kenzie wants to stay relevant is going to probably not work out for her, because there's just so much hypocrisy that you can already call her out on.